Hi, I'm Miranda Haymon. I'm a director. I'm the director of Exception to the Rule, and you are tuning in to Rolling Out.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Malik Brown, here for Rolling Out Star Studio in the Black. And today, I have the pleasure to speak with Miss Miranda Haymon. She is the director of Exception to the Rule. Miss Miranda, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Look, thanks for coming on and speaking with us with this little short time that we have. But yeah, we talked a little bit, and I talked to some actors, but now I'm talking to the director, which is even great. So, for the people that probably don't know what Exception to the Rule is, and I've asked the others to explain, what they think it is. Let the people know, your backstory and what you think Exception to the Rule is.
To me, Exception to the Rule is a play about what are the things that are keeping us within the chains and what are the systems that are building the chains and what is our culpability within and outside of it.
And what kind of led you to want to be a director for something like this?
Well, I think in general, I feel that directing is something that, is a really good opportunity to be able to know a little bit about everything, a little bit about acting, a little bit about lighting design, sets, costumes, sound, writing. So I think the opportunity in something as awesome as Exception to the Rule is that our project feels like a true collaboration. And there isn't just one thing that has to stand alone and stand out. It has to be, it's an ensemble piece. Our designers are having a really awesome time collaborating. We're really trying to make sure that, all the threads that we want the audience to feel are, coming through. And that means that it's inherently a highly theatrical piece, right? It beckons an audience, it beckons collaboration, it beckons discussion. So I think that in general, the thing I like about directing is the opportunity to be able to help curate that, right? And to help others and to help myself really, come to a place of understanding about the show. And then what I think that means for this is that it really is an opportunity where everybody is shining. And I love that about our piece.
Definitely. When going into something like this, who is your target audience? Who are you trying to make, let them feel this? Like, who needs to really, feel something like this and understand what's going on in this play?
I think the folks I'm most excited about coming are honestly the Black folks. There's a lot of discourse in this play about unpacking the monolith of Blackness and showing Blackness in a variety of forms through comedy, through tragedy. So I think that that's honestly who I'm most excited about, to see their reactions and to see how they live in the world. I'm excited for folks who are fans of Beckett to come, people who have read Waiting for Godot, because I think that there's modern day questions about Beckett that we're asking in the piece. I'm really excited about folks who just love language. Dave is an incredible playwright, poet, rapper. So there's some really awesome lyricism in the piece. And I'm also just excited for folks in general who want to just come and have a laugh. What we're doing down in the Roundabout Underground is quite funny. And I'm excited also about, how then we can see the different varieties of comedy and how comedy is inherently related to tragedy and how audiences, who are interested in that spectrum might want to come and witness what we're doing down there.
Definitely. Love that. To see the cast and the director and everything, you guys are going strong with this, and it's just nothing but, like you said, Black people, Black folk. How important is it for the audience to see something like that, on the stage, where it's like, oh man, they look just like me, to be able to be relatable to these people? How important is that when it comes to just, making a play, directing, and things of that nature?
Oh, it's critical because, if we keep seeing the same stories, if we keep having the same stories being told, that means that our understanding of ourselves and our community is inherently limited. So I think this is super important for folks to come because, it's a modern day story about like a bunch of Black kids sitting in a classroom. Like, who hasn't been that? Who hasn't seen that, right? And whatever way you want to interpret it and see it, is up to the individual person. And of course, what character they relate to. But I really think the story is critical. And I'm really excited to share it and see what folks have to say.
At the end of the play, everybody's walking out, enjoying, having a good time. what is the one thing that you want them to get out of this play once they leave?
I want them to consider how complicated the systems of violence are in our world, small and large. And I also want them to leave with the sense of each one of the characters that they met, each one of the students that they met has potential and is a pearl in their own right. You know, nobody's bad, nobody's good. I really want them to leave saying, I'm really glad I met these 6 students, and I really see how each of them were fighting for what they believed in.
What are some things that you may have learned throughout this process in directing this play?
I definitely learned the power of silence. I think that especially as it relates to comedy and tragedy, I think that silence is huge and is a huge tool that we have just in terms of being, in our own, like non-theatrical world, in the world we live in every day. Silence can be powerful and it can mean a lot of things. And it doesn't have to be bad and it doesn't necessarily be good. So I really learned the power of that, and also active listening, right? And the power of stillness, and how stillness can still be active and how activity can still be silent. So that's something really great that I learned. And I'm excited to, just see how stillness and activity and silence show up in my own life, in my own personal life.
For that young person that is looking into maybe getting in directing, or looking to become an actor or an actress, what are 3 tips that you would give them, aspiring Black actresses, actors, directors, producers? What tips would you give them?
Advice is so hard because it's so specific to each person, but things that have really helped me: number 1, find your people, whether or not that's on Instagram, TikTok, on the street, at a show. Really, community is the most important thing, because what we're doing is a communal effort, and also who we are reaching is a community. So I think you got to find your own community in order to be able to create more community, to generate it, and also support yourself. Number 2, I'd also say spend a lot of time finding your voice. I think that sometimes it can get really complicated when, you're trying to gig and you're trying to hustle and you're just saying yes to stuff and you don't really know why you're saying yes. So the importance of finding your voice and saying, wait, yes, I'm saying yes to this because I'm excited about it, because I know that I would do a good job, because this is something I'm actively interested in telling. Don't just say yeah. I know sometimes we all got to say yes just, to get the bag or to pay rent or to make it, that's a hustle, that's real. But I also think really finding your voice within that and resisting the temptation just to say yes to an opportunity just because it comes to you, which is my third bit of, insight, is that you can be, you can have a threshold, you can be picky, right? Because it's your education, it's your craft, it's your art form, it's your time. So really understanding the value of your time and your energy means you don't just got to say yes to everybody. You don't have to say yes to everything. Your yes is the most powerful thing you have. So take care of it and take care of yourselves.
Man, those are amazing tips. I hope everybody really takes those in, because those are big. Those are 3 big tips. 3 big tips. I mean, and not just, in life general, really.
Yes.
Those are 3 tips that you use in any situation. So, Ms. Miranda, thank you so much for coming on, speaking about the play, speaking about everything that this play means. I hope everybody comes out and enjoys it. Let the people know, where they can find the play, tickets and things like that. And yeah.
So yeah, that's exception to the rule at the Roundabout Underground. We're running from now to the end of June. Go to roundabouttheater.org to find your tickets, or come visit us at the box office. We're over at 46 between 6th and 7th. Come through. We'd love to see you.
Definitely. Ms. Miranda, thank you again. Like I said, I hope everybody comes out and enjoys. And everybody, this is Rolling Out Star Studio in the Black with Malik Brown with my special guest, Miranda Haymon, and we are out.